Welcome to Inside the Top 10. This is a brand new channel which is going to be helping you understand and learn about football a little bit more. Now, before we go anywhere further, make sure you do go down and hit that subscribe button and make sure you do leave a comment on today's video. It really will help the channel out, help us grow, and make sure you do not miss any more content going forward if you have hit that subscribe button. Now, in today's video, we are looking at the 5 best non-league teams in England. The 5 teams which I think are the most interesting, the most famous, the most well-known. This is a list of 5 non-league teams which I think will really interest you. Make sure you do, again, comment below teams which you think should be in the list, teams that I've missed, list a team if you don't think they should be in the list and why. It's all welcome, it's all appreciated, but let's get into the video. #United. Now, this is a team which really interests me, and this is a team which I think many people should be following, and this is a team which gives everybody a chance to follow, because these are, I would say, the most public non-league, maybe league side as well, within England and maybe within the world. These offer things which no other team can offer. Now, they were formed in 2016 by Spencer Owen, also known as Spencer Carmichael Brown. Now, for 2 years, # played exhibition games on the Spencer FC YouTube channel. During this time, the club built a bigger and bigger following and travelled around the world to play in cities such as New York, countries such as Serbia, and stadiums such as Wembley. Now, during this time, the club started the # Academy, which gave us the famous Remember the Name from Spencer's brother Seb. Now, this was aimed at Scott Pollock, Scotty P, who has gone on from # to play professional football and help Northampton Town to recently win promotion to League One. Now, after 2 years of playing exhibition football, # decided to move into the football pyramid, which they did for the 2018-2019 season, as well as moving YouTube channel to what is now their own #United channel. Now, they joined the English pyramid in level 10, the Eastern Counties League Division 1 South. That is a mouthful. Now, # went on to win the division in their first ever season in the football pyramid as champions. A fantastic season, and a season where on the YouTube channel you could witness every single step of the way. Now, in their second season, the club was actually battling near the top of the level 9 of the English football system, and they were close to winning promotion. With games in hand, they were favourites to go up, but due to the recent pandemic, the season was declared null and void, which did cause a lot of issues, a lot of anger or disappointment from not only #United but from other people around the footballing world. But moving into the new season, # go in as one of the favourites for promotion. They have added strength and depth to their team. They are also due to play in the FA Cup on Wednesday night, tonight as this video goes live actually, against Parkview, their first ever FA Cup game. So #United, they are a special team, formed as an exhibition club. Spencer realised what he could and his friends could achieve with this team. They have now become a proper non-league side, but still they show every single match on their YouTube channel, so you can follow this team no matter where in the country you are based, and this is definitely a team that I can recommend for you. FC United Manchester. Now, FC United Manchester are often known simply as FC United, and it's a fan-owned club formed in 2005. It was formed by disgruntled Man United fans after the Glazer takeover. Now, originally their fan base would have been only Man United fans, obviously looking for a way out, looking for a club to be their own, and they didn't feel that at Manchester United anymore. But over the years, FC United Manchester really has touched the hearts of people all around the world, including myself, who did a journey with them on my YouTube gaming channel on Football Manager, and it was a time to fall in love with a club. Now, FC United Manchester joined the non-league pyramid at level 10, and they were playing in a huge stadium for that level, playing and sharing with Bury FC at Gig Lane. Now, in their first season, they won promotion with a couple of highlights. The opening game ever as a club was away to League Old Boys, which they won 5-2 with over 2,500 fans in attendance. Now, that almost looks small when you look at their final home game, which 6,000 fans turned out for. Level 10, 6,000 fans. Now, after the first season, which they won promotion, they followed that up with 2 more promotions, taking themselves to the Northern Premier League Premier Division. What a mouthful that is. So after 3 straight promotions, the club would spend 7 years trying to get out of that league, before in 2015 finally winning promotion to the National League North. Now, since then, recently, a couple of years ago, FC United Manchester actually got relegated back in to the Northern Premier League Premier Division. And the worry is there, are they going to be stuck at around that level? How far can FC United Manchester go? Now, they do have their own stadium now. In 2015, along with promotion in National League North, Broadhurst Park was finally completed, 4,400 capacity, and it is a stadium to be proud of. Now, FC United Manchester have many restrictions as a fan-owned club, and one of them is they refuse to have a sponsor on their shirt. Now, for non-league clubs, that's a big deal. It's a lot of income they are turning down, and whilst you've got to respect it, you also wonder how far will FC United Manchester go. Are they happy being a non-league club? Do they want to push for the Football League? They have over 5,000 recorded members, but they are struggling in terms of building a team to keep pushing on. Finances are not fantastic at the club. They are always dependent on their fans, and going through all of these crises which we have in the world at the minute, people cannot afford to keep dipping into their pockets. So my question would be, how far can FC United of Manchester go in the Football League pyramid? City of Liverpool Football Club. Founded in 2015, City of Liverpool FC are a club on the rise, a club following in the footsteps of teams like FC United Manchester and going their own way as a group of fans. When they decided to form City of Liverpool FC, playing in purple was a good call, mixing the red of Liverpool and the blue of Everton to make their purple colour. Although being founded in 2015, their debut season was delayed until the 2016-2017 season in the Northwest Counties Football League First Division. They had a debut season to remember though. They won promotion through the playoffs as well as winning the Cup double. I mean, what a debut season that is. The club saw crowds of around 900 in their first season, which was a good number for a newly formed fan-owned club. This was not on the scale of FC United Manchester, but this was still a revolt against modern football. Fans wanting to get their hands on their own club instead of being at the mercy of owners. The club tried to find a ground within Liverpool, but they've ended up moving just outside to Bootle, and their ground share with Bootle at the Bury Street Garage Stadium, which holds around 1,750. So the capacity-wise, considering their average attendance, it's about right. They are looking to build a stadium within the city, but for now, I think they are content with sharing with Bootle. The second season saw the Perps, that's their nickname. The second season saw the Perps finish a respectable 4th in the Security League Premier Division, missing out on back-to-back promotions, but giving a good account of themselves. In the 2018-2019 season, the club had a season to remember again, battling with their own landlords, Bootle FC, for promotion to the Northern Premier League Division 1 West. The City of Liverpool coming out winners on the final day of the season, with them securing a win and Bootle only getting a draw at home, saw City of Liverpool win promotion and Bootle finishing second. So City of Liverpool for the 2020-2021 season will find themselves in Tier 8 of the English system. Another fan-owned club making waves in the northwest of England. Sheffield FC. Now this is a club which has to be in the top 5 non-league sides. This club has to be in there. Founded in 1857. Another side that I've done a journey with on my gaming YouTube channel. Sheffield FC are the most famous side of the 5. The oldest football club in the world. The first ever football club. Let that sink in. Sheffield FC in history. In fact, they're not in history. They are the history of football. Now, when they first started, they played under the Sheffield rules. I mean, they are the history of football. Until they adopted the FA rules in 1878, the Sheffield rules were the first rules of football, coming up with the concepts like corners, free kicks, as well as fouls. In 1863, the FA created their own rules, and for a few years both run side by side, until the Sheffield rules decided to merge with the London-based FA rules. Over the first few years of football, Sheffield stayed within Sheffield before having to travel to places like Nottingham and London to find bigger challenges. Now, in 1885, that is when the fall of Sheffield FC started, as professionalism within football started to kick in, and Sheffield fell away from the top table and slowly drifted out of people's thoughts. In 1893, Sheffield went to the FA and suggested an FA Amateur Cup. Now, that was to give clubs like Sheffield, who were just a bunch of friends trying to play, a chance to see what they could do. And because they didn't want to play against professional sides like Aston Villa, the 2 Nottingham clubs, Forest and County. Sheffield went on to actually win the FA Amateur Cup in 1904 for their first time. Now, over the next few decades, Sheffield competed in local competitions, playing many years in the Yorkshire Leagues, going between Divisions 1 and 3 on multiple occasions, really struggling to become a top division side. Now, Sheffield have never managed to reach the Football League, which, for the oldest ever football club, is just insane. Drifting around non-league, currently playing at step 8 in the football ladder. This coming season will see Sheffield play in the Northern Premier League Division 1 South East. That's a mouthful. The club were in mid-table this season, gone before the season was declared null and void. Now, in 2004, Sheffield were actually recognised by FIFA, and they were the only team alongside Real Madrid to be given this Order of Merit. So it's a fantastic achievement, and they've also been recognised by such stars such as Pelé. Now, when you think about that, the only team alongside Real Madrid to get this Order of Merit, players like Pelé saying they wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Sheffield FC. And their average attendance is just under 350. This is a club that is in the history books. This is a club which history should not forget, yet fans don't really go to. Half of the fans are people who are going just for the memory, the chance to say they've watched Sheffield FC play. How many are week in, week out fans? It's kind of sad, and I hope one day Sheffield FC will have their day, and maybe one day Sheffield FC will be back playing in Sheffield as the biggest club in Sheffield. West Auckland Town Football Club. Now, this might be a club, a town, an area, place that you have never heard of. West Auckland are actually local to me, only about 2 miles from where I grew up, and this club was founded in 1893. And the reason they make it into the top 5 is for one simple question I've got to ask you. How many club sides can claim they have won the World Cup? That's right. Many will look and wonder why I'm putting West Auckland Town in here. Well, yes, they are a local side to me, and yes, they've never been in the Football League, and yes, they've not done anything special since, but this one famous event, well, 2 events, is enough for them to make it into my top 5. West Auckland Town in 1909 won the Sir Thomas Lipton Trophy, which at the time was known as the World Cup. With no competition for national teams, the competition was set up for leading clubs of Europe to come together. The FA of England refused to select a team, and somehow a team of coal miners from the northeast of England ended up in Turin in Italy, where they knocked out Stuttgart from Germany in the semi-finals before beating Winterthur from Switzerland in the final. 1909 World Cup winners were West Auckland, and 2 years after that they were invited back to try to retain their title, and somehow they did it. Beating Juventus, Italian giants Juventus, 6-1 in the final. So not only did a small town from the northeast of England win the World Cup in 1909, but in 1911 they won it again. They won it again. But they will always have that memory, and the World Cup will always be on their badge, I hope.